Good evening, friends, and welcome to Workers and Resources and the Soviet Republic. And in particular, the Soviet Republic of the traditional, the totalitarian Bondedemokratin. And so on. Things of that nature. Yes. This is now is it the 46th? 46th. Yes, I believe it is the 46th. Damn it, it's yes, and it's the 18th of April of 2004. It's getting a bit on with this republic. It is not a republic. No, it was proclaimed as an independent sovereign kingdom in 1992, roughly. Indeed, no one has complained since. Is our proclamation. Don't quite know if that means that no one cares or that we are in fact recognized as the sovereign that we are. But our trains are to be recognized with, for example. Yes. What do we have here, by the way? Well, the brick train and the plank train. Maybe we should send these out again on the network. As I think we should. No, this is cheers. And there we are with the train. The brick train is out and about again. Oh, and the pines, the little alley here that I tried to build has grown up and it looks ridiculous. Yes, didn't work out that well. Oh, and there are the wagons. Hello, wagons. You are with us too. Nice to make your acquaintance. Now, I hope that this train will utilize the new-ish rail network. Recently finished. Yes. But we don't know. And really, there isn't that much more to do here. Hasn't everything been done at this point? As we have the twin nuclear reactor, for example. I cannot select it from here, apparently. But there it is. We have every bit of industry there is. Is it stable though? Does it work? Sometimes. And at the moment, I think that we're doing quite all right here with 27,000. Wouldn't it be nice to break the 30,000 mark here? Yes. I mean, if you look at the cities and the things, we either expand an existing city or we build a completely new one, a proper utopia where everything is perfect and in order. Yes. Oh, we are taking the new route. Lovely. Yes, and so reasonable it is. I don't know what to say about this. Yes, sometimes it works for me and sometimes it is a bit silly. It is always silly, but sometimes it's good silly and sometimes bad silly. You know. But it does allow the train to articulate and do its thing. Quite lovely. And here we are shooting out over the landscape. Where are we going actually? We're going to Katsincha. I see, that's why we're taking this route. Then this is the... Yes, we have a shortcut. Very nice. I mean, is anyone... that's the wrong thing to press there, you know. You don't get the desired effect. Boards. Valkavysk, that's where you get your boards. They are completely full of boards. Here, we have used a little bit of boards. Something has been built. Here, we have used no boards. The Otas. We have used 4 tons of boards. Oof. And in Oskarshamn, it doesn't matter because we have 1,068 tons of boards laying about in Oskarshamn for some reason. And Husqvarna actually needs a bit of boards. Very good. Could we get rid of all of these windows? No, maybe. Yes, we could. Oh, the rail is a bit uneven here. Well, I tried, but it did not really turn out as great as I would have hoped. This looks more like I don't know. It should be narrow gauge. This. I must say that the locomotive is incredibly strong. It's not slowing down in the slightest here. In the steep climb. And this is a completely gratuitous climb. I mean, there is flat land available where it is more, both a whole lot easier and cheaper to build the railroad, and then also incredibly much more efficient to drive your trains on once you built it. But apparently this is what we went for. I was a little bit surprised that we didn't take a right up there, but yes, you're not going for refuel. Oh, we see the television station, the tower of the television station in the background, not at the moment, but previously. Yes, there it is again. Yes, lots of people are watching the television. It has a great effect. It cannot be understated. Yes, the effect and importance of a good television station, and a good supply of televisions, of course, as well. Yes, before the cultural enjoyment was here. Now it is very good. It is as good as their health and their clothing, almost. At least health. Yes. And the clothing, I don't know what to say. I mean, we supply all the clothes that they need. Maybe it's that they don't have a good enough sense of what you call it, you know, the thing, style, fashion. Yes, a sense of fashion. I can't do anything about that. Well, we could try and educate them on things as stylish and fashion, but then again, I don't have much control over the curriculum neither. And here there is grass growing on the railroad. That's not right. Oh, what are you doing here? Weren't you going to Katzinstad? Where did I get we might not be riding the same locomotive as this is, but we shall see now. Yes, we do. We are. Aren't we riding the Planck's locomotive? Planck train? No, we're not. We were not. That's the one we started last. Okay, a little bit of bricks they have used. This is not acceptable. This we have to fix. We cannot have. Damn it. Much better. No. There's a building in the way, yes, I realize, but it's... this is also how you fix this particular problem, apparently. Yes. There we go. Much better. Even better. Right. People are here. Very good. Bricks. 3 megawatts. Okay. Yes, that's why. Okay, so but wait a minute here. Here's the brick train now. Where is it going now? Oskarshamn. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. No. As is often the case, in fact. But here's a food train, I know that much. Although this might be a bit of an interesting maneuver. You're going for refuel and then you're going back into Husqvarna. So let's see how you sort that out. If you would just get finished here. It takes a while. Is there something wrong with the electricity or something? No, it always does this. Oh, there is over 10,000 liters. There it is. Let's see what's which route it takes now then. Because we're going back in, but there are so many options to choose from. You know, I think it will do the worst thing, and that's to do this bit. Yes, it is. Otherwise, it would have gone that way. No, I would have preferred you to go this way. And we could remove this bit of railroad to force them. No, not this bit. This bit is what we want to remove in that case. Otherwise, they're going to be very sad. Yes. Cheers. The Husqvarna warehouse. 100. We barely need this train. 150 tons of food we still have since last time you were here. Yes, it's nice that we are a bit on the safe side of things when it comes to this. And this you now have nothing to do you? No, you don't. And I have 3 of these damn things, 3.8 million a piece. They were a cost or something. Yes, I suppose we could build more railroad if we like. It is a nightmare though to build railroad. Yes, it is. You were saying that it was about to be finished. That's yes. But you know, think for example that there is plenty of oil. Yes, but we're not going to do like two oil refineries and exploiting all the oil, you know, and a great pipeline network over all the map. No, that's already done. Yes, proletariatets petroleumprefektur. Indeed. This is more like for house needs that we do the refining here. It's not for profit. Even though we sell some surplus every now and then, as we can see. Is that still visible on the books, by the way? This year. Last year. Yes, it is. Bitumen, 3.8 million. Yes, and the chemicals, they are in ever constant need. Nuclear fuel, 35 tons. How much is that worth nowadays? $218 million. Pretty cool. Yeah. But I think price would go down maybe if we just started selling it. I don't know. I don't think that we're going to do that for a while. longer, unless we need to buy something, some blueprint for a vehicle, for example. Yes. The steel mill is doing quite nice here. Not bad at all, in fact. We even have like 128 tons there, and we have a lot of it. It is fantastic. It's doing great. It's doing really good. It's almost doing boringly good. Could we have a crisis of some sort? That be careful what you wish for there, but yes, now we have instead here a problem that we are overproducing meat, or we have too much meat. Yes, we do. And that means that this will when we get to about 500 tons of meat here, it starts drawing an enormous amount of current, and that's not good. It overloads the electricity grid, so we cannot have too much in stock. Well, what do? We can cut down on livestock production a bit, but I'm not certain. We have already shut down this farm. Let's leave it. One livestock farm sounds good enough. Sounds like it wouldn't be too much. Maybe. The food factory is now, you can go home for the day, because you're done until the next train arrives. That is. How much grain do we have here? 920. Okay, we are eating into the grain supply again. This is very unpredictable. I don't know how it works. Maybe it's seasonal or something. It isn't though, but it could be seasonal. Yes. And yes, they're even starting to catch up here on thing. Just go past, What's you're a bus, though you can't really. No, that reminds me. Let's see how where we left those the buses, the Icarus buses, all map. There ought to be a few, yes. And you're not sorted alphabetically. Oh no, but you're sorted chronologically, I suppose. Icarus, here. Are you out and about? You are, most definitely. You're going from Katzinshad to the steel mill. Okay, that's quite a journey. 110. Yes, it's definitely quicker than the Mars 305. But is it nicer? Well, it is dark, and still it doesn't look all that great. It's probably very good and all, but look at that. Yes. Yes, the 305 is what you want. Oh, maybe this isn't that bad. No, it is a bit more modern. Slightly. It looks a bit more well suited to this sort of, long distance, high speed travel. How long have you been sitting here? 2 hours, 15 minutes, not more. from Katzinshad, say. Okay, from Katzinshad, then we could have even more commuters from Katzinshad. Yes, but doing what? I mean, we're doing exactly what? We have all the steel we need. We have all the everything we need. Yes, we could build more vehicles and try and what's the point? We have here 1, 2, 3, 4 locomotives. Yes, if you were to tow this to the eastern border, we'd get like I don't know, 20 million rubles or something. Maybe. And these, also money too. Some workers we have. This is empty going back, that's nice. Here, how are you doing? Should we start making cars and give that to the people maybe? I know that's not a terrible idea, but how do we get personal cars out of here in a reasonable fashion? I don't know. We already have the contract for it. Yes, it's still 2004, but we're building the W140. If you want a newly produced one in 2004, here for a very reasonable price, you're welcome. And don't think that those orders would or that it would be difficult to get orders for those. Whether it is 2004 or 2020. Yes, if one could buy, a new one of those nowadays, that would not be bad. But the 124 would be even more preferable as a more reasonable car. For a more reasonable person than, the 140, who the hell can afford something like that? This is the fuel train. This is a very handy thing to have. It is very quiet for the moment. It is not, will not be so for long. Yes, but, that's the thing. On a completely related note, we also have this place. Yes, the proud place of Bellerud, where we are keeping the spent nuclear fuel. Here about. Yes, this is the first heap row collection, and this is the second. And if we look at the dosimeter here, we see that it is very healthy. Would it still be possible to build a village up on the hill here? We shall see. Up here, no, it still falls off incredibly sharply here. This is now like one. The width of 1 tree is the difference between life and death here. About. Yes, it's about 1 meter or 2. I mean, here it's completely fine, but do not stray. I wonder if we could mark this. It's very difficult because I would need the dosimeter at the same time as the thing I would use to mark it with. It's about here. Yes, but it isn't. And if my display system could just function in a more consistent fashion, that would help immensely. This is not quite safe to walk on. Here. Not here. Yes, this bit. Anyway, that's not what we were here for. Oh, isn't it the first Mercedes that we ever built? that is paying us a visit here. Yes, this. Very nice. I wonder how many parking lots and things do we need to build in order to turn this and this into such a mess that we get problems with the electricity grid. No. But we're definitely going to need more parking lots. Construction. No, that's on the road. Large parking lots. Not really that easy to fit the large parking lot in. But they could be on the outskirts here. Yes, they can walk. They want to drive. Yes, something like this. Oh, we could even have another one. As if we want it to be complete utter traffic chaos all the time, then we can have another one. We could perhaps have a medium. Oh, that's it's not through, though I don't think, but it is. One could do. I don't think that. Do you really think that we could get away with this? I think we could. Yes, but we still need a road in between them. Yes. And that's too sharp of a turn. Yes, but this won't be. This won't be. No, you see, that's not too sharp of a turn. But their crossing is not allowed, but some other infrastructure is in the way. No, it's not. Really? No. No. Don't do anything. Just do this. Yes. This is the only town where they will have cars, maybe. They are the ones who build them, after all. But am I going to have to get all the other vehicles out of here, or how are we going to load up on cars easily? So they will not spill over to here until this is full, and it will not be full for a while. 19 finished vehicles. Yes, it can fit a whole lot more. I can tell you that. Never mind. We will continue building this, finishing it. Yes, you can drive to the university if you have a university education already. If you're a professor, I mean. Yes. And to get where do we want these people to work? Well, they already work at the asphalt plant and the concrete plant here. Very important stuff. And this should definitely be high on their list of priorities. Yeah, it's fine down here. We don't need more workers. This really would like to be upgraded. That I agree. Yeah. There was some traffic. I might take issue with this. Now please work on this from the correct end and don't get confused. How are you doing this? I don't know. But there you have it. These will be finished about at the same time. I think that some cars will be finished, maybe. People probably need to be able to walk to the car dealer in order to buy a car. And isn't it a bit funny then that people who live close to the parking lots, yes, do not live anywhere near the car dealer. Anyway, the warehouse in Molna is on fire. As Molna is, they can take care of their own. Yes, it is a busy town. This Hantsasino is starting to get, and the display system is incredibly uncooperative this evening. I really would prefer it to be more cooperative. Wouldn't we all? Yes. Oh, the first Mercedes of this batch is soon to be completed. Very nice. I suppose if we used a small enough truck to deliver the vehicles. Yes. Open hull. Small. What is this word, small, of which you speak? I don't think that we have something such as such, no. But we're going to have to get something then. We're going to buy a small, as only for transporting personal cars, this. That would be a flatbed. Yes. From East Germany. You cannot load vehicles. You can load vehicles up to 5 tons. That's certainly a whole lot less than anything else we got over there, isn't it? Yes, of course it is 5 tons. One of these buses, they weigh like 9, 8.5. Ha! Not bad. 11. Okay. So that would be fine. Which one was it? This, the W50 Open from East Germany. It's very, very old. Yes, but we want something that is only able to load the small vehicles. We might have to get something very old here to accomplish that. 8 tons, yes. That's also very old. This, no, it doesn't take. Just go with the W50 from East Germany. Yes, it's green. Open trailer was one also, but that's this is just fine. If you go, do you go to the either you go to the factory or you go to this place? I don't think it matters. You can go here. Load up on vehicles, wait until loaded, and then you go to the car dealer. The one is finished. Maybe we could be building them in a different color. As green will signify this match. I think it at least lasts until the game is reloaded. And it being so stable nowadays, yes, knock on wood, and so on, it's going to stay for a while. Cheers. Yes, it actually has been quite stable. This only a few times that the period, the crashy period, that was terrible. But they figured it out. Very good. What are we going to do with all these locomotives? You know, I think that they can be parked up safely in here and still be considered new if we would want them to go to the border, say. No, I think they could, but we could not put them back in the factory later. But that doesn't matter. That's all right. Why would we want to do that? No. But it would be quite nice to have a train parked up here, perhaps of brand new, a train of brand new trains, brand new locomotives. Yes. Yes, it doesn't get considered used, you know, under those. In fact, you can drive around a brand new wagon in your consist, and it will not be used because it's considered brand new. And then you have to take the train to the depot in order to be able to use it. Anyway, where are you going? Where are you going? Are you here yet? Yes, you are. However, you're not getting the car. Okay, is that because this could be for so many reasons. One possibility is that it's simply not possible to do this, which I'm trying to do. Maybe you need to take out the vehicles in the order that they were created, or the opposite of it, or something. Or it's not possible to load vehicles here unless they are actually parked here. But it is with the train. I am pretty certain it is with the train. Yes, it is with. How else would you get vehicles out of here with the train? And now you went to the gas station. That's not a helpful time to do it. Look at you. Yes. Anyway, 5 tons. What does a 140 weigh then? I suppose it weighs more than like 2 tons. 1.8. It should be fine. There you go. You now have fuel. What is this? Hantsasino bus platform to Oskarshamn. Why do we have one of these enormous things here? No. We're not going to have that. Go here. Defunct buses, where we put those? Here. Or set line. Does this work? No, I see. You can. You can. Yeah. You can do this. You can do this then, and then. But why? Yes, you can do that. And we do the nuclear worker line, nuclear power. Where are you? There you are. Did you manage to get that car onto... you did not. Vehicles and containers. No, that's apparently not the way to do it then. But the problem is, if I do this and put it to here, I don't think it will be possible to sell it. We can try. But you know, if the car has been driven to the dealership, does it really count as a new car? Well, when the factory is in the same town, I think it would be... yeah, but what would happen is that you'd come to the factory and get your car. Yes, we'll see what happens. Being driven on gravel roads, I mean, this is not a brand new car anymore. Why is the car dealership on a gravel road then? Or it is ready to sell. Progress of selling next car. No sellers. What? Come on. Why not? Yes, there are people who can walk here. Oh, here's one maybe. Yes, I think that you're a car salesman. Yes, you are. And again, how difficult can it be? Yes, I realize this is slightly used, but only ever so slightly. You, Christina. I mean, how picky are you? You're getting it for free. And it's going to take hours to... I don't understand this. Then again, I mean, they may claim here, since we're using the terms such as selling, yes, and who is allowed to own the car. Indeed, you may think you know the concept of ownership, but you don't. You're not owning anything. It does not exist as such. It doesn't. But this doesn't work then. I don't know why. When's the next car done? It will be a while. Yes, we'll increase a bit. Yes, and we'll have some more music here. Yes, there we go. Kristina Rodinova, have you not gotten your car yet? It takes like many work days apparently to sell a car. Cars ready to sell, 1. Cars in the storage, no, none. But you're not getting a brand new one. I'm sorry about that. We had to drive it over here because it's stupid. It's what it is. No free parking. And now it is. Okay. Christina, did you get your car? No, you didn't. You were first in queue. And then, because of no free parking lots, you lost your spot in the queue, didn't you? There are no free parkings near residential buildings. Well, if you would just get going on this, they would never be able to build this, I don't think, because they cannot drive through this one. No, this will not work. And this is not a very good idea to have all these people being over here. It doesn't matter though. Never mind, actually, it's fine. We have so many workers that it doesn't matter at all. But it's very complicated and difficult to sell a car. You see, it's not Christina, she's not first in queue anymore. Oh, some dude. Oh, typical. Now it's Vivalovaslav here instead. And Christina, you were younger and everything, but you get to go on a bus instead. To say job, bus platform, okay, you work in the nuclear fuel fabrication or electronics industry. Today, that is. Oh, the car is about to be finished. Will it be you? Svaliloslav Semenovic Bulgakov. You're working as a butcher today. You're traveling on the vehicles, at least. Congratulations. You are now the proud owner of this. No, it is on lease from the government, from the state, which is you, because this is communism. It is on lease from the commune. So you own the car and the car owns you, and we all own the car and we all don't at the same time, and it's all lovely and fantastic, and everyone is hugging all the time, and it's very nice. Yes. Never has it worked so well. Communism. No, but you here you are. You found your. This is where you live. Bulgakov. I'm sorry, Kristina. But okay, you have free time. I wonder what you'll do. Your first trip. Okay, so it is possible to drive a car over to the car dealer. That's certainly one way of doing it. Then it is not a brand new vehicle. Oh. Correct. Plus, it is a lot of hassle to be doing this. Yes, this is not going to happen in this way. Yes, we can do one car at a time and wait until it's sold and so on. Well, right now they're producing them at not the same pace that they're selling them. Maybe they are wary of this concept of ownership, and it's you have to explain. Yes, you get to own the car now. What do you mean own? Yes, own the car. It's yours, and so on. That's why it takes time, maybe, to sell the car. Yes, but there it is. Let's see the progress of selling the next car. I mean, this is just strange. This whole personal car mechanic of the game. It's just weird. This, who is allowed to own the car? Only university education. Could we have like not university, basic or higher? No, only uneducated, please. No, okay. Yes, and one place they could be driving to work at is of course here at Oskarshamn. We have a decent sized parking lot, but we could stand one more. Yes, we could. One of those then, maybe? I think we could have, yes, here. Right next to the entrance. Very nice. Here too. Yes. Here too, maybe. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think this one. No. Yes, but you're not going to be able to hook it up onto that, because that will not hook up, or a hookup make. No, it won't. That's correct. We'll scrap that. Anything? No, we don't really need or want. That's what you do. You want to be able to provide some more carisms, car driving here, and we could well turn this into a motorway. Yes, we could. Or a motorway. I say a motorway, I mean, one way in each direction. Yes. But if they wanted to get to here, as we'll have an intersection here too, I suppose. It's not really the type of intersection that you have on a motorway. Then it's not a motorway if you have these types of intersections. And so I realize this. It is what it is. Yes, we could one-way it now. For all the good it would do. Which might not be much. It will add a whole lot to the people working here, to their travel time. Yes. Do maybe we should rebalance this a bit, have more people in the vehicle than the train. But then again, we want a large, long train to park up there, a train of locomotives. Yes. Yes, we do. Very much correct. Do we have adult children here? Yes, we do. 180 of them. That, you know what that means? That means we're going to build a few residential buildings. Residential buildings, yes. We're building residential buildings. A little one of these. Maybe not so little, but something here. No. Not corner, row. Not that one. Not that one, not that one. No. This one, yes. And the water stations are starting to take longer and longer here. Yes. Maybe we should have tried to get it at a slightly more right angle towards the street. I mean, that's usually how you do it. But screw convention, and we'll have this instead. Will we even fit this on? Yes, we will. And we're not getting any citizens. They will find here, find their way here themselves. Yes, we can have this, like so. No. Okay, screw that then. And that, and then here. This is also going to mess or not work very well. Yes, we screw this, screw it here, like so. Yes, that will do. They are living very close to the car deal. Maybe we should have a parking lot here too. Medium, large parking lot. Here. Yes, and then we could have, you know, a little walk path here. Like this. Something like this, yes. Or the imagination. And that is not really, that hasn't really done anything. No. There we go. And yes. Now we're getting carried away here. Stop it. Yes, but this is necessary. Yes, this is very much necessary. There you have it. Oh, something is confused. What is this? Oh, you know what this means? You're going to road. That means that over by the asphalt plant. There is a little, it's not too bad this time, but it's not good neither. Road 1676. As you see, if you start from the ends, it's a whole lot easier. Hantsasino, we could have another row of houses here. Yes, be gone. It's in the theme and everything of this place. We also wait a minute here. We have something new. I have something new here. I found something new. Where did that go? It's Ampere House 1 and 2. Oh, that was very okay. It's a bit larger than anticipated. It's a slightly bit larger than anticipated. Yes. What about this one? It's also too big. Okay, we'll keep to the plan, which was these. As these are nice and small. Why do you want to? Why are you trying to connect to the wrong footpath? Or not at all? I'm not sure. But the row building is what a row house. Okay, you're doing it a little bit different this time apparently, yes, and we're not getting it very close together. It's all right. It's perfectly fine. Ah, come on, you definitely can get this in here. Don't make me do something ugly here. Okay, screw it then. Have you here? Yes. These will be exempt from constructioning because it will cause too much problems. Yes, it was pretty difficult as it was. Should we have here? Yes, we could have here. Something like this. Apparently they're not being allowed a shortcut to church. No, they're not. It's for show, mostly. The footpath, that is. Religion is very serious stuff here amongst the people. Oh yes, religious sympathy. And the second car has been sold as well. Yes, should we go and get the third one? If it's done, it's not done. Are you sure? No, I'm wrong. It is here. It is not finished quite yet, but they are working on them. This one is running without this issue, this construction. Very nice. Here's a worker going to work. Or I don't know if you're going to work. Where are you going? Sanaida. You're going home. So you have a little bit of a ways to walk towards your place of residence. Are you insane? Why get the car? Maybe you live on the end here. That's the one you live in. Let's hope so for your sake. It's not. Oh, you're walking. You're going to work at this construction site. And if you're lucky, we might. If you're unlucky, we might even get some materials in here, so you actually have to do an almost day's work. But you're probably going to be lucky, and we won't get the materials here in time. We rarely do. Gravel, asphalt is nothing here that is concrete. Asphalt seem to be in short supply. Here we have it. And now, of course, you're missing concrete. Yes, it's the way it is. Oh, we could rebuild this, even though it is a bit wonky. And they really, what is this? Yes, I was new to this building type. Yes, this is not optimum, you know. No, it's not, but it really doesn't make that much difference neither. Anyway, we could make it even worse. And we have it even worse. As we can see example here. If we go and have a look here. This is could be argued is worse. Although it could also be argued if we look at it from this angle. It doesn't look that bad. It looks like it's part of the same thing. But then you realize that there are people with balconies here and things, and they don't have that nice of a view. However, if you live on the other side and you have a balcony here, you have a lovely view of the lake, and you could even see the Model and Coles statue maybe. And only gets slightly irradiated by the television station here. It doesn't work like that, you know. It doesn't, but you could always listen to the hum of the trolley buses. The constant hum. 5 students on board. Is it really that unpopular? I suppose it depends. If we look, for example, at something going the other way, maybe. If there is such a thing, there should be about the same amount going that way, like this one. Yes, but do we have this wrong? Clockwise. Counterclockwise. No, there are 3 on both. Oh well. What are you going to do? But up here there are still places for people to live and grow. Or a little. It's not much though. Oh, not much. 27,600. Okay. Still, it's about the same. Okay. We actually have some slightly, Euro 16. Yes, but you still have time to get educated. Yes, it's not too bad. As long as we don't have like 30-year-olds in basic elementary school, then we're doing good. Oh, well, anyway, 12,000 people have a radio and 300 listen to it at the moment. However, 1,300 people are watching television. Flats in Husqvarna is on fire. As it will happen just because we're here. Could we find it? I don't see it, but we could always follow the fire truck, I suppose. Well, flats, it will have to be one of these. There it is. Anyone? No one has died yet. One is injured. And the problem is that if you get injured, the queue for an ambulance might be a bit long. Now we have 3 injured citizens awaiting ambulance. You're 87 years old. Your lifespan is 23. You're all very old, you who get injured in this fire. What's the average lifespan? Average age, rather, 40. They are old people who live here. Someone died, I think. Yes, you're about to die as well. I'm sorry. There you go. Yes, this is not working so well, you know. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it because, you know, it's stupid, this thing with the ambulances and the hospital. And maybe one day we'll see the same system as it exists on the bus platform also exists on the hospital. I don't know. One could always hope. I think the limitation and complicatedness is in that it is a workplace for vehicles, such as a construction office and things like that. One worker there, very good. Yes, Hantsasino. We're going to go and have a look at Hantsasino here now, and the cement factory. They can also store or export cement. That's nice, you know. Should we pave some streets? I think we should pave some streets. It's a disgrace that we don't have more paved streets. Yes, but then again, has this ever been done without a severe problem and an enormous queue at the asphalt plant, and then people have even died and starved because of it, you know. It's really worth it. Perhaps not, but we're going to try and do it anyway. Already we have something that is confused here. Oh, there was an ambulance in here, in this building. Yes, how is he going to get out? I don't know. Could it do it like this? No, couldn't. At least it allows the people living in here to get out in the meantime. Yes, that's good. That's very good. These can stay at home in the meantime. Yes, another car ready, maybe. Yes. Has it already increased maybe the traffic density here? No. But here, I don't think that anyone is living here. Cars on the parking lot, yes, but it is not residential. Because if it is, it has a different... yes, it has one of these. Are we doing something else? Yes. We could always go and have a look over here, for example. Oh, there is a bit of traffic, isn't there? There's quite a bit of traffic. How's the meat? It's stable, very good. It's not increasing. Crops are increasing slightly. That's good. They cannot store or export alcohol. That's all right, I suppose. They're getting food. It's all great. This is all great. We even have a bit of clothing in the warehouse. And crops in the field. Yes. Of all types. Yes, even Molna, what's your stats looking at the moment? Here you are. 268 adult children here. Yes. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem, but such is life in a thriving kingdom realm such as ours. indeed. The 8,000 tons of bitumen again. We might have to sell off a bit more. Not yet though, maybe sometime. Allvaret, you don't have any adult children? Not quite yet. It will be a little while before you get to that point. And Sejov, Polochevo, I mean. So you're also still a bit off. Here there's plenty of things happening here. There's actually traffic, you know. Yes, and here there is railroad, which there isn't that much of at the town that we just left. But here in Piedansk and in Polochevo and Vavkavysk, there's so much stuff going on here. It's yes, this is quite significant. Oh, and this reforested area, didn't that turn out lovely? No, that looks off. Yes, what about this? Well, this is pretty nice, I have to say. And there's a train coming in. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're heading towards a waypoint. I'm not sure that this is necessary, or that it makes sense. You come from Oskarshamn, why were you coming on the outer? Why had you done a lap here? You should be able to have been able to do this from the stop, which you were at just recently. You never know. It is what it is. I think that all of the stuff that we've been doing to the railways lately has significantly reduced congestion. We rarely see any trains waiting about anymore. And it's not for a lack of trains. What is this? This is an imported locomotive. How could you? I think this might well still be the first load of coal that we ever sent out here, that they're still on. In there, yes. Yes, should we maybe do a little bit of a break here and see how they get on with it? Because it is not quick business. Then again, we're not really waiting for a whole lot, are we? No, we're not. We're just hanging about, basically. Yes, there are still some buildings that has not been built, such as the medical university has not been built. We could have one of those. It's very large, and we don't quite need it. And there's also the headquarters of the Communist Party. But that's a bit... I mean, even if you were doing it ironically, you know, in 2004. Or we could be doing it serious and be... communism is working out great for us. After all. So why not? But then we have a university, halls of residence. Yes, I've never been able to figure out how this works. I sort of been able to figure out how they're supposed to work, but not how they actually work. Halls of residence. Yes, halls of residence, university, halls of residence. There are two. They are the same. For some reason. In different styles. Should we have one of these? Just because? Sure, we'll have one of those. Yes, and then it's the 1st of July. Half the year has passed of 2040. The time is going quickly. What happens, my lord? What happens with the times? Oh, you know, in my day and so on. Yes, indeed. But we have actually diminished a bit in population here in Huskvarna. That's not good. We would like to see this rise above 7,000, please, if we could. That would be nice. But what we'll do is the little breaky thing, and we shall resume pretty much very soon indeed. And we resume indeed right outside the car factory. The new cars have been produced. Quite a few, actually. Although getting these out of here, I mean, no, we're not going to click. How else are we going to get the cars to the people you suggest? Well, I don't know. Except unloading or getting all the other vehicles out of the factory, but I don't feel much like doing that neither. No. But we have this. Yes, I think it's time we we took one of these, and then we told it to go here, load up on trains. Yes. And pardon. Yes, very good. There we go. Here, maybe we should have a wagon on it as well. Then we will use a different locomotive, such as this one. And so we'll take one of these boxcars here. If you wouldn't, okay, you're in that mood. Thank you. And now go here, load up on trains. Yes, and then go to here. Which one? This one. Yes, unload. Unload. Wait until unload. Or maybe load is better. Yes, load. Load something. Load livestock. And wait until load on livestock. Yes, don't unload anything. Yes. Now we shall have this a different color. As all the trains that we'll be towing will be the same. It's the orange or the yellow one, and so it's going to be the orange one then. This little boxcar is regrettably going to stay in the middle, but I think it's necessary to make the train stay at the next stop and not do anything. We didn't get all. Well, for how much? 23 million rubles. I think I said about something about 25. It's even more than if we wouldn't have this. The boxcar. It's a real shame that we have to have that, yes. And also that it won't load longer consist from the factory. Brand new vehicles transported. Pretty cool. Over $11.5 million. Oh, 23.7. Yes. That sounds about right. I suppose. 2004. Well, I don't know. Historical exchange. Never mind. The main thing is here that we're going out on the rails for a little bit. It is not much, but a little bit. Let's see if it works, because we do not want this train to drive into the depot. That would be bad. But the depot is not on here, so it's not possible for it to drive into the depot. I don't know. There's no way. Where are all the trains nowadays? I mean, they must be working. Yes, we have 28,000 people, so it must be working. Otherwise, we would not be doing 1,000 escapes. What maybe it's the adult children that are escaping. It may well be. There we have it. Please stay. Yes. Waiting until loaded on cattle, and that will be a little time. Yes, that's good. Very good. Very, very good. Did we... No, we didn't yet. Pardon me for just one moment, please. Thank you. There we go. 22 kilovolts. No, you never know, but it's good. There it is. This is 70 workers and 40 engineers here. We're fully staffed, and it's running at 16 megawatts. Very stable. Very stable power supply. Although, wait a minute here. Ironically enough, all of the nation is running through this still. This one high voltage, except for Husqvarna, of course. Yes, of course. They're all going through here. If we find yes, this is the switch. 13. It's not really in any danger of reaching any dangerous levels. No, it isn't. But anyway, if one is looking for things to do, it would be to replace this. Wait a minute, what is this? It's high voltage at night. Yes, we are at... no, we're not at the right town. This is the one I was thinking of. Yes, here. There is here, high voltage. The one that goes to the transformer here. Oh, this is a mess. Yes, it is a mess. Is it even... Is it the case that there is a free connection on this transformer? We can do this without any interruption whatsoever. Yes, we can. Lovely. One of these, please. 15 megawatts, yes. Not overkill at all. Maybe a little bit overkill. Still. Not going to get the... Yes, we are. Yes, look at this high voltage. We'd want to come around this way, come to think of it, yes. Keep it out of the way. Here we can join up the other high voltage lines. Yes, and do a beeline straight across them. Yes, it will be properly messy. Of course it will. There we go. Get that done, please. Maybe they'll even build from both directions at once. we might see a record pace. Because now, I mean, when you're at this point, as a nation that has built itself from the ground up almost, except for something in the beginning. Yes, we got the loan from the Soviet Union and the West as well. In fact, yes. Maybe that was our saving. I don't know what it represented, but we had some money in the start. We got some industry going, some basic stuff, but then we have built everything since that point. Even the very locomotives that we're seeing here. And okay, there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 construction officers working or assigned to this. You're sending all you got, basically. Nice. That will alleviate that one a bit. And this, let's remove this, because this was indeed not possible to build. Of course not. How are they going to get to it? Well, they could drive through, but it's very tight, They're going to have dumpers driving through there. No. That will scratch up the Mercedes, maybe. Any cars left? Yes, there's still 2 cars here. Da, 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 dum. Buyers in queue. 31. Edita. Okay. Well, Edita, you might be the proud owner again. No, more beneficiary, something of a Mercedes, of a newly construction Mercedes. Yes, indeed. You can drive to the doctor, and you are working at the car factory, so it's you should have one, but then you're not going to be able to work here anymore. Should we have a parking lot here so that people can drive to work at the vehicle factory, maybe? Medium, large, medium, large, medium, large, large, medium. There's one here. No. Yes, one here. One here, and then we'll do a little bit of street around some other infrastructure. Oh yes. Couldn't we get that one straight? No, we don't want to remove all of that. Okay, fine then. Sure. Is this done yet? No, it's not that quick. Although they have gravel and concrete, all the gravel they're going to need it. Fantastic. Isn't it just? Yes, it is for a good cause, this promise. It's for the future reliability of your power supply. Yes, you will have your own dedicated line directly to the nuclear power plant. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. there we are. No workers or mechanism. Now there is a mechanism. And now there is workers. 800, that's almost $1 million rubles worth for how much? $1 million to build this high voltage line. That's very expensive. But we are experts in building such things. Speaking of experts in building such things, is the street upgraded here yet, or have they gotten stuck? Ah, it's actually finished. Fantastic, it worked. Maybe we should do this bit too then. Nice. Since it did so well, last time around. This I don't. It might do well. You don't need to paint the devil on the wall here before it has actually happened. If I paint it before, it's implied or it's redundant. Both 42 tons of electronics. We're not really that. We don't use a whole lot of electronics, do we? Well, we are very, very well set for. I suppose we could sell a bit electronics. We can't see the price. There it is. It's worth $8 million in total. It's not that much then. No. And the train here, 1 million. Okay. Just having a bit of tap water here now. Yes, only the best. 601 tons in vehicles, 11,000. We have a lot of fuel, and how much? But not that much. We're actually, I think that we're eating into it quicker than we are replacing it at the moment. And this, left to its own devices, would spell one of the many ways that this thing would come apart. Yes, because what will happen is that eventually this place would fill up with bitumen, and then they couldn't store or export the bitumen anymore, and then they can't make fuel. And when they can't make fuel, it will take a while, but eventually we will run out of this and every other last storage that is in use, and eventually every last gas station will run out of fuel to dispense to the various vehicles, and then eventually, just moments later, every logistics chain here stops. Yes, I mean both on the road and on the rail. It's just, and then everyone dies. The ones who don't leave. So it's not that safe around here. That's not going to happen, right? There's one balancing thing that one would need to implement here. Yes, it would be necessary, in fact, to implement this. I think we call this the final solution. Not quite the final solution, but a long term. And this is the one. As we could build another final solution, we could add to the final solution, such as we're doing with the nuclear fuel storage. That's also a final solution. Yes. Yes, I mean, it's getting up there. It's about 70%, 66.15% to be exact is what it is at We could just sell it. How much road would you need to pave in order to use up all of this? Quite a lot, I would think. Asphalt, how much you consume 20 tons of bitumen per 125 tons of gravel. Right. That's not a lot of bitumen that you use. How come bitumen is so expensive? 8.4 tons of asphalt. Okay. Never mind. Another thing that we're not using is wood. We have a lot of wood, but we're not using it. 11,400 tons in the forest. Yes. And you cannot store or export coal ore. Is that so? Oh, it's filled. You cannot store or export steel. Still. Really, this is annoying. Now, we are... we actually are... yes, completely full on steel. Yes. How much do we have? 5,000 tons. I mean, we're not that far from the palace of the Soviets at this point. Something is on fire. A slaughter... oh, the slaughterhouse is on fire. I burnt the message from history. I erased it from history. Not my intention. I clicked the wrong button. Not wanting to manipulate history. You're still driving the cows in there, yes. Yes, they're having a barbecue here. Somewhat. But they say, someone is injured, then they're not having a barbecue. No, not at all. It's all fun and games until someone is severely injured in the fire. Something else is on fire. Well, a bus platform in Alvaret. Well, this is going to get taken care of rather quickly here. Okay, and the bus platform was extinguished even quicker. There we go. You can go back to your regular. But you went back to work. Need ambulance and transport to hospital. Yes, is he getting? She. Yes. No. Sad. Age 52. Lifespan 16. Still on your working shift. Yes, and I regret. But it's the damn traffic and the damn ambulances, This is... people are dying here. It's a serious business. This one. Yes, this one. We can quite retire. Yes. Does this distribution office happen to have any more of these? No, only one. But it could use an upgrade on the vehicles there. Yes, it could. Should we go and have a look? I wonder if one could take it. I don't suppose you can take a vehicle directly from the here to there. No, I don't think you can. No. Building is not suitable workplace. Yes, it is. It is very much. No, that was a bus. That's correct. It is not suitable. That's a very bad example. If you want to try this, yes, if you want to try this, we use a truck instead. For example, this one. Yes. Is that possible? Oh, you can drive directly from the production line to the workplace. Very good. There are an awful lot of buses here, and not that many trucks. Though I think there are quite a few trucks at the old vehicles depot place. No. So we're heading there now. What's going on here? Is something the matter here? Yes, I think it is. We cannot have. No, construction is running without issues. Although for how long? This is not looking right. This isn't right. I can't do anything about this. Yes, and further vehicle, they're okay. We will have a problem. Now there are many things here that we're trying to keep you know, in the mind at the same time as other things. Yes, it is not easy. No, it is difficult. Now we don't have any workers in the vehicles factory anymore. Okay, we're going to have to do this. Suspend construction, and away you go, and resume construction. Let's see what happens. The covered ones, we can... Yes, these are a bit old. Has parked them up somewhere. Why keep this around? That is a good question. Or rather, I can't really decide on getting rid of them. However, this one, yes, this one, you can definitely go here. Yes, you can, and you get two, not one but two, new. And this, chemicals, they're a bit valuable to go and park up at the moment. Yes, but this will have here as you change workplace here, change workplace here. Yeah, that might have been much of it. I hope so. If a mistake is made here, people go hungry and without fuel. Both vehicles and workers go without fuel. That is not what we want. It's very not good. Yes, I think I cannot store or export steel. What? We cannot have this. Are you kidding me? Steel. Every storage place for steel is full. And they don't even want any at the vehicle production line. That's annoying. Should we sell a bit of steel? No. We're not selling the steel. We're building a palace of the Soviets or something else. We're building something. An AK-47 monument. No. we're not doing it. What should we have? Well, it is a city hall. A city hall. Yes, a city hall. And then, pardon me. Yes, it can't build on the water. Can't build here. Need flat terrain. I don't know. It is very, very large. I need a free excavator. But I have excavators around here somewhere. Yes, here maybe. Apparently not. This is a bit painful. I can see the construction office from here. Okay, this is that's going to take like and if we move it around, it's going to take even longer. I'm not sure this is feasible. At this rate. Also, this is not really where you want it. This just because you could. And it takes 400,000 workdays. No, 3 million workdays. 4 million workdays. Really? Couldn't you put a separator in? And then weighs 7,500 tons of steel. And 12,540 tons of concrete. It doesn't sound like too much. How much did the Chinese have in that damned large dam that they built? Quite a lot. And I think they were building it around this time, were they not? Or they were about to, or something. Yes, I think they were. Yes. Just imagine that if we could build a dam. We don't have a river. Yes, but imagine if we had a river. And a great height difference, and we could build a dam. Pretty neat. Boards. No one wants boards. No one wants anything. We're not really using that much things. Mostly using electricity to broadcast the glorious message or the cultural enjoyment and happiness. They get so happy from this. It's incredible. 80, it's doing really well. Yes, everyone is educated. It's just this person, Nyra, is not educated. But everyone else, it doesn't make any difference for regular workers, regular staff. Yes, actors and moderators, we are pretty full on that, and I don't think you can get much higher than this. We have all these residential things are within walking distance. Maybe if we were to build a house even closer to the television station, we could get a few more people in. Let's try. Residential, then. Residential. Stalinismus 1A. 70 workers, 92% quality of flats. It does have a picture of Stalin on it, though. It's out in this side of town, on this side of town. we can be allowed to use. I think that one of these will fit. Let me see. Somewhere in here. Like here, maybe. And since we have so many adult children throughout, we'll move them in. Did we even get two? No, we couldn't. Oh, lovely. A lovely, lovely tower block. Or very terrible. Well, no, it's fine. It's fine. But I'm getting a little bit bored with this. It's all working so well. Where's all the problems and all the construction vehicles and all the everything? There is nothing going on. I mean, we've got resources coming out of every place now. Here, the boards. Yes, very nice. But we don't have any trains here. Or anywhere else. Although there must be. There is one. And there ought to be one. What do you have here? Have you made this one way? Yes, I think that we rather did make this one way. It seems to be doing very good, though. Very well. It has been working for a very long time. That might explain something. I don't know. But there you have it. We will see what the difference it makes. Now it all comes crashing down, maybe. This is supposed to be two-way. Yes, this. And there is no more here. No, there isn't. It's been working for a while now. No, it's fine. Very little traffic. Yes, indeed, very little traffic. Maybe they are all driving somewhere else because of this. Being the way it is now. There is one little one. There is the boards train again. This is the clothing train. What if we go here? This is, after all, the one of the great hubs of the railroad, but nothing. There is something to but it's just a short one. Electrical components. Oh, exciting. And here, no, well, there's really not that much going on. Well, this is more like it. Is this the food train? And it has been for a refuel. Oh, and this, it's running low, 78 tons. The fuel transport. Are you coming here? No, well, eventually you are. But not for a while. Yes, this place is quite used. Yes, there's a lot of the fuel fuel things going here to fuel. Yes, this really is getting on. It should I think it should end. $184 workers. Right. They even managed to unload all of them. As you do. That's quite a few. Maybe we should even increase. That's why not. Let it... it is already at maximum, okay. This isn't though, but... you can actually... we can have more in stock. Are you hindering the production of nuclear fuel? Not really. Well, it's full. The import thing. They cannot store or export uranium oxide. You know, this was a long time that we looked at. This was a lot of work to get all the steel for these out here. As the railroad didn't even exist back then, we had to truck it all the way from the Piedansk steel mill, you know. But look at us now. This is good that they changed the cable cars a bit, that they are a bit more forgiving in the angles of connections. So it's a little bit more feasible to actually do. We see this is actually a proper example of one. Yes, but we had to get a road in as well in order to be able to build it. Yes. But we did. You know, one project that we could do which is very, very, very unnecessary. This border post, which is seldomly badly placed here. Could we get to reach that, maybe? I mean, we haven't built a single tunnel yet. And, you know, one could have a tunnel. For example, here. Don't know quite what we'd use it for, but... Or here, where would we want it? I think we'd want it over there, in this direction, as this is further away from, since the other border post is just there, yes. But you never know, these might be friendly folk and these, or vice versa. These might be unfriendly and these might be friendly. Or it's just the same place. And nevertheless, we shall try and impress them a bit by building a great tunnel through here. Something like this. Tunnel is above the terrain. Some stage. Okay, you will do here whatever this is. Yes. 35,136 workdays. Yes, that is a bit of a tunnel, and that's just a road. Then we have the railroad as well. Let's get the road first, okay, if we can. But then there's another border post here. So what is the point? Well, the point is building a tunnel. We don't have a tunnel. Yes, but wouldn't it be more interesting, fun, even, to have a tunnel, you know, actually inside the land, You know, through here would not be a bad place to have a tunnel. Through this mountain. Mountain? It's about a mound. There you see. Like this, for example. Yes, maybe you should pave the road. Maybe we should. See if we get to it. But this, if we would be able to, it's too steep of something and too. It doesn't look quite right. I think that we will go for it. It's okay. It's very, very, very steep. Maybe we should build the tunnel elsewhere. Cancel all plans. Does that even include? I suppose that even included the tunnel on the other end. Yes. Do we need to go through this mountain? No. We don't, but we're going to. It overlaps with existing construction. Doesn't it just? Yes, it's the power line up above. You could come out here, but I'm not sure it's or think that it's going to. Okay. Well, if you say so. Yes, but this is no good. No good at all. This was very fiddly, this, to get in. So you think we could do this then? Yes, we could. 4 million. 22,300 something workdays. Yes, 20,000, very good. We'll have it. You need boards, asphalt, gravel, concrete, steel. Work, mostly. And there isn't really that much traffic. There is some. I think there is some. For the chemicals business, maybe they will benefit a little bit. Maybe. Then again, I think they take this road instead if they would like to. Then they end up down here. Yes, this should be paved. And there is an alternate route, but the people from go all the way from very far away, Hantsasino. Yes, they go all the way from there to work here. And I don't think that they could. I mean, asking them to also be driven through Polochevon over the mountain here, so we can pave this road. Then I think they might strike or simply not sit on the bus long enough to arrive at the slaughterhouse or the livestock farm. How much meat you said we have? 541,000. This is another place where the kingdom will fail. Fail. It may not fail from this, but it will not be well needed, because yes, it will start filling up and then it will draw a lot of electricity. You see, already at this point, 540 tons of meat, we are drawing 1.4 megawatts, which is much too much, way too much. And I don't know what to do with it. This does not have yes, it does, but it doesn't have fuel. That's something to fix then. We should go and get ourselves a tanker here, since we have a few of them. Nice home-built tankers. And you go here to here, yes. And you unload. Wait until you're unloaded with the fuel. And where should you go and fill up on it? Here is one place. Yes, this seems to be this seems to be a reasonable place to do it. To get load. Yes, get going with you. And here some vehicles are without fuel. Don't say. You don't say. 3 chunks of meat. Okay, that's not well. That's not good. Swage, Beatus Road Cargo Station. Are they without meat in Beat? Poor people. They are without meat. You couldn't be bothered to load up this a little bit. I think you could. No, well, we're going to have to do this too then. As at the Gdynia harbor, you load meat and you unload. Yes. We get rid of, thank you. What is this bus doing here? Hantsasino bus platform to Poloshevo. Okay, but you're not part of the meat worker, the butchers from Hantsasino line. Okay. You do what you do best. You did have 95 workers. I think that most of them are going to get to go back. Yes, all of them. Even. The bus is called the Butchers from Hantsasino. Yes. We might not need this for the moment. That is also a thing that might help in lessening the amount of meat slightly. There we go. You can go park. And yes, this will at this rate it will take a while. That's what it will do. But as soon as the fuel truck arrives here, we will see something completely different. Yes, great things will happen. And speaking of great, tunnel. Yes, you're not started on the tunnel yet because you're building the little bit of road first. Do you think half a year, is that enough? If it would be finished in around Easter, then I suppose. I doubt it. Maybe. What's this? Oh, you're working for a construction office and you're driving over the mountain. Lovely. Now be very careful here down the hill because it's quite steep. Quite steep. Yes, that is basically okay. Now you must... yes, they're laying the road by hand. It's fine work. It's fine work. It's very fine work. We should go over here again and have a look. And have a little look at the... here, yes. Yes, we are getting ready to round out. What the hell? 2 hours, 11 minutes. Yes, and it's not really packed, is it? I'm sorry. It's not. I realize this. It is starting to wear really thin. I mean, the gratuitous railway was nice and all. But as it stands now, yes, I mean, this is basically what you get the way I've been playing it before. Just everything is done. And then you sell all the stuff. And you get more workers to make even more stuff, and you sell even more stuff, and so on. Which I suppose we could do. We could start selling everything and see how much money we'd get. But we'd only sell in dollars. Yes, I'm sorry, Russia, but it is 2004 here, and yes, we're going to export to the West. If we're going to export. Oh, this lovely building is about to be finished. Just about to be finished, even. Let's see if we can do anything about the staffing situation at the television station. If we could get the rating pushed up even higher. And how did you manage to? Oh, you built it through there. Okay, I see. But here, you have a little bit of a problem. I believe it is nothing has happened since forever. I didn't do anything. It's the same, more or less. 59 workers without job. I suggest you go to the television station. 63 meters from your door. What is the highest you can get this to? This is I don't suppose it's possible to get much higher than this. Should we do something different? Should we do enthusiasm for sport? We don't want people to get more sport, to desire sport more. I don't know if it works like that. It doesn't. Why would it? It won't make. It doesn't make any sense. But then it makes even less sense for them to get their sport activity need through watching television. That makes no sense whatsoever. It's the opposite, usually. And the cultural enjoyment is, let's see here, I think it's steady by now. It doesn't get much higher than this through television. But it's plenty good enough. I happiness isn't actually pegged to maximum for some reason. Neither is satiation. I wonder if there is a problem somewhere, or what could be going on. Food, 1766 tons sounds like a lot. Allvaret, Husqvarna, Katzinkött, Bolla, they all have food, don't they? Road cargo load. Yes, they will have food. I don't know. Maybe there might be a queue somewhere. Here there isn't one just yet, but there might be soon. Could there be a queue here? No. And if there was, we wouldn't be able to do much about it, because it's what it is. What about Husqvarna, by the way? Is there perhaps a queue here? They only have one. No, there is no queue, but there is neither any meat. We shall max out the number of workers while we're here. This is empty. But it will fix itself pretty soon, or maybe it has even started fixing itself. That might be why the satiation level for the entire nation has gone down ever so slightly. As here it's all fine, and in Polochevo, it's all fine. And Allvaret, last and quite possibly least as well. Here, they are doing great. Well then, I suppose this is it then. Yes, we could put everything we make on a train and sell it, and we could even put trains on the train and sell it, and put vehicles on the train and sell them, and put all the nuclear fuel on the train and sell it as well, just to see how much money we could get. I suppose we could, if we kept doing that for a while, we could hit $1 billion. Yes. But why? We're doing quite alright as it is. We don't need to do all that stuff. We have done so much already. We are self-sufficient. We have done enough, maybe. Well, we don't want to get stagnant. How could we get stagnant? Look at this. Yes, one thing. Yes, we were supposed to do this. Make a motorway out of this and see how bad that gets. I'd imagine it could get pretty bad. This is more like a dual carriageway than a motorway, but it is as close as we're going to get here. You're driving the wrong way. This I don't quite trust. No, maybe we should cancel just a little bit of one-way road here. This bit, yes, that feels a bit better. Then we'll go here. No, this way. Yes, this way. Here, no. There, yes, thank you. And to about here, you cannot drive this way. I hope that those are pointing the right. Yes, they were. Cancel. Cancel that bit. There we go. Yes, there we have it. A motorway. Or a dual carriageway at the very least. The amount of traffic isn't that enormous nowadays. If we were to start building something out here, yes, if we were to start building something, what would that be then? There is nothing left again. But maybe there is something. We can build something here. Gas station. Extra large tankställe. Do we need this? No, we don't. But it might be nice to have the extra large tankställe here. That could have been maybe a little bit better. It will do. Yes, and what about okay, gravel? No gravel. We can't be having this. It's very annoying. We could have lined it up perpendicular to the road, as we could have done with this row of houses, but we didn't. Oh, there's a lack of kindergarten. Oh, yes, I can see. As we'll build a kindergarten, that will get some traffic out on the roads. Yes, we one more song here we'll have. I would like to ride a train or something, but there never are any. Where are they all? They're not doing that much through routes no longer, especially not the food train. You're going to Valkavysk, you say, to load. Well, we can ride along to Valkavysk. I must say that these locomotives are very, very nice. Yes, that was a good investment to get those. Dum 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 da dum da 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 dum dum da da dum da dum da 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 dum. Yes, this here train. Yes, we're just riding it along to Arkavik. Nothing else about it. This place is still not ready to just be left to its own devices. It never will be. Lenin. Hello, Lenin. Apparently, I don't have anything else to say on this subject now. It would appear. Isn't there anything we could build? Something. Well, the extra large gas station. Yes, we have a cinema, we have built a Rotunda Theatre, planetarium. A rotunda we could certainly have. More planetarium. Yes, a custom house. Oil pipeline customs. No. Berlin TV tower. How many workers do you have? On hilly terrain you can build a road first, then a road connection will be automatically connected when placing a building closer to the road. Is that so? Really? Berlin TV tower, 100 workers. That's less than the stock television station. So I don't know if that is going to create better television or worse. And this creates worse television because it requires so many workers, 720, and you cannot get it up to anywhere near a good television. There was maybe something else then that we could have built. Kindergarten. That's an enormous kindergarten. Or a little preschool. Or not. Yes, these were nice. Now I only built this one, I think it was, but it was nice. Bus stop. Oh yes, this is one of those. I think this is the one. It has a mosaic on it, which is very, very Soviet as far as I understand. According to my sources. So maybe we should have one of these as a remembrance of the Soviet times. Yes, we were so very Soviet back in the day here. Yes, we'll build one of these here, just for the sake of it. There you go. And people will walk to it, maybe. Well, if they do, then so be it. Yes, and that would be it. It's the 13th of December of 2004 is Lucia. Of 2004? Right. And that will be it for this evening. The sun rises. Yeah. Thank you so very much for watching, dear friends. Good night.